So today is day 2 of Green Bay Packers minicamp and actually wraps up minicamp for the Green Bay Packers, as tomorrow is a team building event. And today is the last practice that we'll see from the Green Bay Packers all the way until July 22nd when training camp starts. So until then, today is the last practice. We have some highlights to react to and break down. But if you do happen to be a new viewer to this channel and still want to stay in the loop with everything Green Bay Packers throughout the offseason, the content never stops. Even when the Packers aren't practicing, I put out almost daily content during the week in regards to the Green Bay Packers. So if that does interest you, definitely go down and click subscribe. Then when training camp starts, it's pretty much 2 videos a day, highlights and breakdowns of every single day of practice. All right, so let's get this thing started and bring up the screen. And for this first clip, we have Jordan Love throwing a 9 route to Jayden Reed there on the outside. And we talked in depth about the wide receivers in yesterday's video, so I'm not going to pretty much repeat the same exact thing. But I want to know your guys' thoughts. Which wide receiver at the end of 2024 do you see leading the Green Bay Packers in yardage? Is it Watson? Is it Dobbs? Is it Reed? Is it Wicks? Is it Bo Melton? I feel like I've seen every comment. Like for every wide receiver, I've seen someone comment saying it's going to be that guy. So let me know down in the comments which wide receiver you think is going to lead the Packers in 2024. In my personal opinion, I think it could either be Jayden Reed or Tay Wicks. Those are my 2 favorite guys right now in terms of potential. You know, what Jayden Reed can do out of the slot, and just Tay Wicks in general, man. The dude's an artist in terms of route running, so I'm very excited for both of these guys. I'm excited for the entire wide receiver room, man. In this clip, we have 3rd round rookie running back Marshawn Lloyd running a go route here. Very fast release off the line for a running back, you know, quick stutter step and then gets outside. Marshawn Lloyd more looks today with Josh Jacobs being absent from practice. It was an excused absence, so just like McKinney, Jair, yesterday and Keyshawn Nixon, it's an excused absence. So Lloyd and Dillon getting a lot of looks today. And so far, Lloyd has impressed. A lot of people have been impressed with how quick he is, his running style, his ability in the receiving game. I think he averaged like over 17 yards per catch at USC last year out of the backfield. So, the Packers love to throw to their running backs. Hopefully they can get this screen game going. He was really good at screens at USC. We know how poor the screen game has been for the Packers the last couple of seasons. So really hoping they can get that thing going. And I'm also interested to see how many snaps Lloyd gets year 1, because Dillon is looking great so far. They really might have like a 3-headed monster in this backfield. Speaking of A.J. Dillon, here's a clip of him also running a catch-and drill here, and I talked about it in yesterday's video, and it seems like the fan base is really split on A.J. Dillon. A lot of people are like hyped for A.J. Dillon this season, seeing the work he's putting in this offseason, but a lot of people are just like, well, it's still A.J. Dillon. He's never really lived up to that 2nd-round draft pick, which I do understand that argument. I do. A 2nd-round draft pick never really lived up to that. But it looks like he's putting in so much work this offseason. He looks leaner. He looks stronger. I'm really excited for him. And yeah, Josh Jacobs, running back number 1, it should be like that. It shouldn't be, when we had Aaron Jones, they were kind of like forcing A.J. Dillon back there, even when we were thinking, hey, Aaron Jones needs to stay out in the field. No matter what, Josh Jacobs should be out in the field if he can, right? But A.J. Dillon is a complimentary back with Marshawn Lloyd, man. The Packers have a lot of power in that backfield, and I'm excited to see this year of A.J. Dillon. It's a make-or-break year for him under a 1-year deal. This could either extend his NFL career or end it, and I think he's putting in the work needed. Here's an awesome clip of Packers tight end Luke Musgrave with a sick one-handed catch on the outside. It's crazy how he just kind of snags it straight out of the air, not even to his body or anything. It's just so easy for him to do that. I mean, the guy probably has massive hands. I mean, his wingspan's wild as well. He just looks like a gazelle out there running routes out of the tight end position, because he looks so much like just a tall, lanky wide receiver, but he's a tight end. Very excited for Luke Musgrave, man. The Packers just have so much talent in the receiving room. When you include tight end into the mix with the 5 to 6 wide receivers, then you add also Luke Musgrave, who's practically a wide receiver, and Tucker Kraft, who has some great, catching ability, running after the catch ability. We saw him, come onto the scene when Luke Musgrave got hurt. He has yet to practice yet, but Luke Musgrave has been practicing, and if he's pulling out reps like this, man, very, very, very excited for year 2. Here we have an offensive line clip of both Sean Rhyan and Andre Dillard. Now, the Packers seem extremely high on Andre Dillard. Yesterday, he got starting reps at left tackle over Rasheed Walker. Now, Rasheed Walker quickly came in after that. He's also gotten starting reps at right tackle in Zach Tom's absence. He did so as well again today. So it seems like the Packers are very high on Andre Dillard, an offseason signing that, once a first-round draft pick, definitely has not lived up to that. Wasn't too great on the Eagles, was very, very poor on the Titans last season. I believe gave up the most pressures and sacks out of all left tackles. One of the two was definitely the highest in the league. But it seems the Packers are high on him. And again, it's about competition. May the best man win for this offensive line. Clearly, if Zach Tom stays at right tackle, he's got that job. But it's an open competition at left tackle with Rasheed Walker, Andre Dillard, Jordan Morgan. They could even decide to kick Dillard into the inside if he's their best option at right guard right now. We'll really see what happens. LaFleur said yesterday Jordan Morgan has a long way to go in terms of the mental part of the game, which is an interesting statement. So who knows if he'll even be ready to play week 1. If they decide, hey, he's not ready yet, then it might be Sean Ryan, who also in this clip, or someone like Andre Dillard at right guard. And I'm also interested in Sean Ryan. I definitely think he can build off of what he had last season. Swapping in and out with John Runyon the back half of that season. Had some really good reps. Had a nice couple reps against Aaron Donald, which is hard to do, but also had some very poor reps. He was very inconsistent. So if he can build off of that, he could definitely also win that starting right guard job. Here's a clip of rookie linebacker Edgerrin Cooper, and I reposted this on my Twitter, because at the top of this drill, Edgerrin Cooper breaks down like a wide receiver here. It's absolutely insane how athletic this guy is. The Packers love their athletes. We knew this, and this is why I tied Edgerrin Cooper to the Packers so much in the pre-draft process. But just the way he moves, man, sideline to sideline type of linebacker. This guy, that top break there, I've seen wide receivers do worse than that at the top of, say, a comeback or something like that. So it is crazy to see Edgerrin Cooper move like this. Very excited to see the pads come on for him, during training camp, during preseason, when he can start flying around and actually hitting people. Super hype for that. Then we have a couple more clips of some linebacker work, both Edgerrin Cooper and Tyron Hopper, with, again, Anthony Campanile just bringing the energy. So I'm going to play the volume on these two first here.
Drop it, don't run off. Mark, feet, chest, go! Nice shot. Good work, good work. Feet, chest.
It seems like almost every practice we have some clips of linebacker coach Anthony Campanile just firing up his guys. And I think he's just the perfect coach for this linebacker room. I think the Packers have been missing this for a long time. This type of energy, he's not too aggressive or anything where players are going to resent him or anything of that sort, but he's giving that aggression, he's giving that fire that is needed to a linebacker room. For the final clip, we have rookie linebacker Tyron Hopper doing this same drill as Edgerrin Cooper from a couple clips ago. And just look at the difference at the top of that break. And again, I'm not trying to, scrutinize these guys as a wide receiver, because they're not, clearly, so it's not a big deal. But just in terms of quickness, if you compare this to the Edgerrin Cooper one, you could see how much quicker Edgerrin Cooper is in and out of his break, and that is important for a linebacker, to get to the ball, change direction, find the ball carrier, then attack, right? But Tyron Hopper here in this drill, Packers linebacker room, man, has a lot of new talent, a lot of new athletes. So that does it for all the highlights I have from the final Packers mini camp practice of 2024. We have a decent gap, a little bit over a month until we see the Packers practicing again. It's going to be a little bit of a dead zone there, but again, I'm still going to release content, of course, on this channel. So go down and click subscribe to not miss any of the videos. But I appreciate you guys coming by. If you could, please leave a like down below. It supports my channel a ton. Appreciate you guys coming by to the video. I'll catch you on the next one. And as always, go Pack Go.